All right, everybody. Thought I would say hello. This is Robert Lefty Preacher Sampson. I've got a review today on a very cool wireless unit made by XVive. That's XVive. So today this is on their newest product. It's called the U3. Um, it is the easiest to set up wireless unit I've ever seen and the most portable wireless unit I've ever seen. So, with the technology with lithium ion batteries now, you can get so much life out of a smaller battery. Um, but this is what I wanted to show you with this product. Now, this product comes with two pieces. This right here is your receiver. I'm sorry, this is your transmitter because this on the end down here is your antenna. So, I got it hooked to a condenser mic, which I'll explain that in a minute. But like I said, this is your transmitter. This is your receiver. So with these, they are rechargeable. So you just plug them in. It comes with a Y mini micro USB cable. So when you plug it into like any kind of standard like phone adapter, that you charge your phone with, you can wire it to both and charge both at the same time. So this is a 2.4 gigahertz digital wireless system. Okay, the 2.4 gigahertz is within the same realm as Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. They all share that same kind of bandwidth. On these, there are 6 channels to choose from because you can use up to 6 of these at one time. So once they lock on to each other's frequencies, they're there. So as you can see here, I'll tip this so you can see a little bit better. There's channel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you can use up to 6 of these together and not have any interference. So this is the receiver. They would plug into your mixing console. There's your male XLR. By the way, these have a 5-hour battery life. So you can get 5 hours out of these. I've got this plugged into this condenser mic just to show you how it plugs in. But on your transmitter here, you have the same kind of setup. You have, when you press this button, it switches between the 6 channels. You got your power switch here. It turns it off and on. Then here you have a switch where you can choose between line level and mic level. That kind of changes the way it reacts when you've got something plugged in. So, as I said once before, 2.4 gigahertz. It's got a 90-foot range on it for line of sight. The system sells for $200. I bought this from Sweetwater. So the great thing about it, I believe it has a frequency range from at the low end of 20 hertz. The top end, I think it's 200 kilohertz. So it goes from, it's got a very wide spectrum of sound. In fact, when I had my 58 when I had this plugged into my 58, running through my Yamaha Stage Pass, I noticed a definite clarity change in the microphone. I noticed that it's got, with the processing in it, it clears up some of that muddiness that you tend to hear out of some microphones. And that's what I was really impressed with. It really changed, the sound, changed the sound of the microphone for the better. So with this system, you get these two, the receiver and the transmitter. Comes in this handy dandy little, it's like a black velvet pouch, almost like a coin purse that you can carry it in. Comes with the Y cable for charging, standard instructions. Of course, these are so easy to operate, a kid can operate them. They're just very easy. And like I said, I bought mine from Sweetwater. I love doing business with Sweetwater. But these are so neat, that you can use 6 of them together. They're about $200 a piece. So if you bought 6 of them, you're looking at $1,200 for eventually I want to get 6 of them. So when I do sound, I'll be able to run a wireless setup, without having a bunch of, receivers sitting in a rack space. So these things are pretty neat. And I would suggest, if somebody really wants a wireless system but doesn't want the headache of, having to have a transmitter and the microphone stuff. I mean, it's so handy to be able to take in any of your favorite microphones. You can use it on a dynamic microphone. You can use it on a condenser mic even, but the condenser mic has to be battery powered. It has to have like its own battery pack that runs the mic itself, because this will not. And you need to be careful, because if you're running this in the mixer, never turn on your phantom power when you plug in the receiver, because you could fry something. That happened with this little on-stage Bluetooth device that I've got. The first one I had, I made a mistake and turned on the Bluetooth on my, turned on the phantom power on my recorder here, and I blew it. So I had to order another one. It was my fault, But anyway, getting back to this XVive, it's very, very reasonable price-wise. There's other companies that make these, but XVive seems to be the most economic as far as cost and the performance. Like I said, I've used this once at a gig on Thursday night at a local restaurant because I wanted to clean up some of my, cordage, get some of it off the floor. And I am very impressed with this system. I mean, Sweetwater did not steer me wrong with this system. I believe there's a few companies that make these kind of wireless systems, but, you can't go wrong with this XVive. Once again, this is Robert Lefty Preacher Sampson. Y'all keep making music, keep having fun, and God bless.